Testing, testing.
Like for here, something from here, like over here, from here.
Hey everyone, Miranda here. So today I'll be reviewing book 1 in the selection series, The Selection by Kiera. This book has been out for like 2 million years, and when I did Reading Bookshelfathon, I finally had the chance to read it. It lived up to my expectations. It wasn't like the best book I've ever read, but it was very simplistic. It was very easy to read. Like, you read it in a day. There's only like 300 and something pages. I wish I would have bought them in hardback though. Hardback covers are so pretty, but this cover's still pretty. I mean, it's the Australian version. What can you expect? We don't have a lot of hardcovers here, but it's a pretty cover. I mean, look at that dress. It's like nailing it. She's like, this book is basically a dystopian Bachelor. If you don't watch The Bachelor, it's one of like the funniest shows. We have the Australian version of The Bachelor. I watch it every year because it's just hilarious. This book takes place after World War IV, and now the country is named Aliyah. It's I-L-L-E-A. It's really weird. The people in power are the king, queen, and their son, Prince Maxon. Prince Maxon wants a wife. He's out there, he's adamant, he wants one. So the traditional thing here is to have this thing called the selection. The selection is where girls from all over the country send in a picture of themselves, and then Prince Maxon picks 35 girls that he wants to take in. They get to go to the palace, they have to go through these challenges, and at the very end of the trilogy before the hair, which is like the sequel to this trilogy, one gets chosen and that one becomes princess and wins Prince Maxon's heart. Society is also divided up here into castes. You have the ones, which are the rich people. That is Prince Maxon. He's a one. He's like on this end of the scale. Then you have 2s, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8s are the lowest. They're like the poor people living in poverty. It's kind of a bit like the Hunger Games. 7s and 6s, which are like maids, the rich people. The main character, America, is a 5. So she's kind of in the middle. She's better off than most people, which are 6s. And not quite up there to be up there. Will America be Maxon's next pick? Because obviously she gets to be in the selection, otherwise it wouldn't be called this. That's the end for the non-spoiler section. If you don't want to be spoiled, I suggest that you click out. Let's talk the selection. This book for me was like cheesy and not cheesy. Cheesy and not cheesy. Aspen and America. Aspen sounds like aspirin. Every single time I read his name, I'm like, it's aspirin. I do not ship the two. Hands down, oh my god. If that's what America at the beginning of the book thinks that a relationship is based on, I didn't feel the connection. All they had was just kissy, mwah, mwah. I bring you food, you eat it, and I give you $1 because you sing to me. I found it cute for the two of them that they met up in the treehouse, even though they were like risking their lives, but they were meeting up. I felt it was a very like light relationship, even through the book and also the trilogy in a way. Aspen and her, they never had really serious conversations. You know, conversations that you have to have in relationships to make them, you know what I mean? I felt it was so much airy, very mushy. And the fact that he even breaks up with her. Then you have a guy, he's like, yeah, I've been with you for 2 years, you know, I love you, ha ha ha, go do the selection. If this girl had said that to me, I would be like, dude, I thought you, what was our 2 years for? The whole time also, because this turned into like a massive triangle with Maxon. I'm just like, why can't you choose Maxon? What you had with Aspen was like a 15-year-old relationship. America, can't you see? Maxon ends up picking her because of her beautiful photo. I didn't like the way they picked the girls. I would think more of an interview. We have this show in Australia now called Married at First Sight, which they go off more of the personalities and match people by personalities. This felt kind of weird. It's like, what about if you had like, you weren't looking good that day, you weren't looking your best, but you could have been the best pick for it. America gets picked, and of course at the beginning she's like, I don't want to go to the palace. Now, America Singer has been noted in BookTube as one of the most hated characters. I can see why people said that. She's very whiny, she won't make up her mind, can be very annoying, a bit too much sometimes. I feel like when you're reading her, you want to communicate with her, you want to be that little voice inside her head that tells her what to do. I love it when the two meet though. I love that they meet before everyone else, and I do love how they strike up that deal. I did think that that was so cute, and I'm just like, oh my god. Of course you can't just be friends. I mean, in some cases you can, because like some people are just friends, especially if they're in a relationship before, but take it from me. No, I knew this was gonna go down. If you promise, let's just be really close friends, tell each other everything, blah, 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 blah. There's obviously, if you're both single, gonna be a connection that's gonna start to form between the two of you and you're gonna get together. It's obvious. That was probably America's game plan, that she didn't want anyone else to know. She was just gonna go in and just like steal Max in that way. America is smart. As much as she is whiny, she is very smart. Come on, come on. These rebel attacks, the northerners and the southerners, they annoyed me. They have to cause so much commotion, but I thought, how the hell can they get in the palace? The palace is so guarded. Guards everywhere, and you're telling me they still managed to come their way and break into all the rooms. Like, how many are there? I do love all the secret passageways inside the castle. I find them so wicked. Her maids were adorable, and I really loved how she treated them. She treated them like people. If I was in her position, I'd probably do the same thing. A bit like Downton Abbey, how Lady Mary treats Anna like really nicely. I like that. Maxon, the one they're fighting over. Maxon, for me, I liked him and then I didn't like him. I think he's not as annoying in the selection as he is in the LA. Yeah, he grew on me, and I can see, you know, he's nice. And for his first relationship, I mean, he had his first kiss with her. I can understand like being locked away for your whole life, how you would feel this being your first relationship, and I feel so sorry for him that it has to come down to this to choose the love of his life. You know, he doesn't get that freedom to choose. Let's talk about some of the other girls in the selection. Marley. Marley is just gorgeous. She's so sweet. She's so bubbly. I can see why her and America get along, but I didn't support that Insta best friend thing. You know, if you're gonna be best friends, I want a connection that I can like connect to. At the end of the book, and especially in the elite, and as it goes on, I can see their friendship. Celeste, holy moly, take off your dress. Are you implying something else? Like, I reckon she wanted to see something else, but the fact that she had to do all the things, slap the other girl, like slap, 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 calm down. Just when you think America's falling, Aspen turns up. And now he's the guard at the palace, so now he's a two, so now he's up here, not down here. I was happy for him in the sense because to be the provider for his family, of course his family is going to be getting heaps of money, so I'm happy for that. This is just the author's idea of like, I'm going to extend this love triangle on all three books as much as I can get. Now he's like risking time to spend with her, and he's like, and now America's even more confused, and that just even makes him more annoyed. I'm not going to talk about the elite here because this is a selection review, but that makes me really pissed off for the elite. I loved, in terms of like her family, I really loved May. I thought she was the cutest little sister. I loved her dad. You know, it ends, it's like, I'm gonna be in the elite. I did love this book. It was quick, it was easy. Like I said before, simplistic. There wasn't really much to it. It's got such a simple storyline. Tell me your thoughts down below. I'd really love to know. I am Miranda. Thank you so much for watching. I have one on the elite and also the one coming very, very soon. See ya.